Coach G, man, appreciate you. Again, coaches, man, I appreciate you guys taking time out to come watch this. Hopefully I'm going to be able to give you guys something that you'll be able to take back to your guys' programs, and help you this upcoming season and help you with your kids. Again, my name's Coach Lawson. I've been coaching since about 2011. I played college football at San Diego State from 2006 2010 as a defensive lineman, and immediately got into coaching in 2011. I've had 5 years of college experience and about 5 years of high school. I was a graduate assistant at the University of Michigan under Brady Hoke from 2012 2014. I was a defensive line coach at San Diego State University. That's where the helmet's coming from 2016 to 2018. I've been a high school coach in between those times. I've been a high school head coach before. If there's any in this chat, man, God bless y'all. You guys have a tremendously hard job. I invented ways of doing stuff wrong when I was a head coach, but it's all been a fun journey. So again, guys, the purpose for today, man, is I'm going to try to talk to you guys about using the bear front or bear variations, or some guys call it 5 across variations in passing situations and third down. Again, it's not going to be kind of any San Diego State stuff. It's just going to be NFL film that I've got from my time GAing and coaching at the college level. It kind of all started when I was GAing for Greg Madison. He kind of wanted to put together sack tapes in the offseason to show our kids. Did that for the 2012 season and kind of been hooked on it ever since. Watching a lot of that stuff, kind of the same things kind of popped up over and over again when watching teams. And, one of the things was the bear front and kind of certain stunts that teams would use out of the front in third and long situations to try to get heat on the quarterback. And so that's what I'm going to try to show you guys again today. Again, I know some guys kind of at times think, and I know I thought about it at times too early on in my career, was like, well, why show me NFL stuff? I don't have NFL players. And guys, the thing I will tell you is all this stuff, what sound is sound, regardless of any level. And you're correct. You may not have any league guys, but your opponent doesn't either. And so this is stuff that I've tried to really kind of look at and use and bring to you guys, because I know that it can transfer. So again, hope this is helpful. Again, feel free to shoot Coach G questions in the chat throughout the presentation, and let's get to it. And so, get my screen going. So again, it's just about third down stunts and pressures. Again, guys, this is just to give you guys the tools to put your kids in the best possible matchups and get heat on the QB, because again, those are the ones that dictate the game. And guys, I put these first two clips on here before getting into the scheme stuff, because guys, I'm a big guy, big believer in you got to get your kids to play hard. And you can have a great scheme, you can have stuff dialed up, and if your kids don't play hard, man, you're not going to be as good as you can be, and your kids aren't going to be able to reach their full potential. And one thing, coaching can talk about it all the time, but if you're able to see it from NFL guys, I always felt like, especially with my college kids, it kind of carried a little bit more weight. So this is Jadeveon Clowney. Again, all you guys probably know the story. First-round draft pick, super freak, all that stuff. And just, guys, just kind of watch his effort as you go through this. And again, that's a first-round, number 1 overall pick in the draft. Again, it's going to be him again. Again, guys, just playing hard. You know what I mean? There ain't no loafing. There ain't none of that. So again, if the 6'6", 260-pound, number 1 overall pick in the draft, who's already got paid his money, like that check's already been cashed, if he's playing hard, what excuse do you have as a 5'10", 180 sophomore defensive end not to play hard? Next, guys, here's kind of the variations of bear front that I kind of see the most. This is labeled wrong down here at the bottom. This one should be called weak. But basically, here's the bear front, the traditional one, where it's the 3 down defensive lineman in the middle, and then you have 2 walked up outside linebacker or hybrid players. And again, guys, this is all kind of drawn up with 3-3 personnel for the most part, some 4-3 stuff. Okay, but this is all applicable. Okay, what I call a flex. So defensive ends at both fives, nose as a zero technique, and then both backers walked up in the B gaps. Again, mug, what I call mug, which is just being in double threes and double fives for the defensive line and just walking up a linebacker over the center. I just have this in red because that's the one I like a lot. And then we have a strong in the bottom left. It's just an overload front with the backer walked up in the B gap opposite of the big guys to set it to the back. And then weak is these guys set away from the back with the backer walked up to the running back. Okay. So those are kind of the different variations you could use. They all, a lot of times, the big reason why I like using these fronts is because for the most part, regardless of what variation you're in, the number one protection that most guys usually try to block this with is man. Again, it's not a 100% thing, but most of the time, the reason why I really love the bear front and put this together is because the majority of the time, you're going to be able to dictate the protection you're going to get. And most of the time, that's going to be Bob or big on big protection. Next. Again, this is why. So again, we already kind of talked about it. Dictate protection, and then if you know they're going to be in man, it kind of allows you to be able to exploit personnel matchups. So, and with this, you have to study personnel. What I would do is I would make a sack cut up and watch their sack reel for opponents on either the Sunday or Monday night before or before in the week, and put together how each offensive lineman sets. So whether they're deep setters, whether they try to jump set you, whether they take sets at all, and kind of where they punch from. And so they can be high punchers or low punchers. And again, you can use some of this data. Some of it may be helpful for you. Some of it may not. I like trying to write down or take down where they punch from because I feel like certain moves work better against kids that punch high as opposed to kids who punch low. And again, that's probably for another discussion. Okay, but try to track how they set, where they punch from, and moves they've struggled with. So if a kid's on a sack reel and he's giving up 6 sacks with a bull rush, well, that's probably what we should use on the kid. You know what I mean? And then in terms, I feel like it disguises well. It gives you a lot of versatility. Again, just because you have 5 guys up on the line of scrimmage doesn't mean you have to rush 5. You can rush 4, you can rush 3, you can rush 6. It's all kind of your preference, and I feel like it disguises pretty well. Again, just drawing up Bob protection, and what I mean by that is just big on big. So each guy takes the guy they're lined up front, and then usually that puts the line or the running back on the deep linebacker. Okay. Okay. All right. So the first thing I'm gonna show you before going into any other stunts and pressures is a deal I learned from a guy named Coach Mace. He's the defensive line coach for the Calgary Stampeders in the CFL. And again, watching any guys that watch CFL football know that pass rush is king up there. They only got 3 downs. And one of the things he talked about is they have a choice variation out of their bear stuff. And basically is what they do is they're trying to put their dude on the weakest guy in the offensive line or on the offensive line. So every week when he tells his guys, hey, choice, he tells them, all right, we think this guy's going to be the fish. So again, that's why the picture's up there. Hey, we think this is their weakest guy, what I mean by the fish. And so we're going to line up our dude over him. Because again, if we're expecting to get Bob protection, 90% of the time, 100% of the time, we want to put our best dude on their weakest guy and let him go win. So again, this is kind of what it would look like if he's at center, guard, tackle, again, guard, tackle. And then if the running back, which most of the time he's going to suck in protection, if you can put your guy off and then bring him, which I'll show a variation of that, that could be another way to take care or take advantage of the protection, okay, or the personnel. All right. Okay. We'll try to go into cut-ups a little bit to try to show this. Key ain't working. Okay. Okay, so here the dude, okay, we're gonna imagine 59 is the Texans dude. Okay, his name's Whitney Merciless. And we deemed, all right, going into this week, 70 is the fish of the group. Okay. So with that, we're gonna call choice. We're gonna line our dude outside of him, and then we're gonna let him go work. Again. So again, choice. They already know where to line up. I know 70's the bum, so I'm gonna go get him. Again, now, this week, okay, this week we feel like 68's the guy. Okay, so now we flipped our guy over to him. Again, we get a bear look up here. We get bomb protection. We get the matchup that we want, and we let our dude go in. Okay, here, give you two guesses about who the dude's going to be here. Okay, it's going to be Aaron Donald. So again, imagine again, this is choice. This is our dude. We feel like this is where the matchup, the mismatch is in the personnel. So again, we're going to let him go to work. Aaron Donald's a monster. Okay, and then all right. So here, now next week, again, choice is a call. Okay, we feel like this guy's the bum. So let your dude go win. Okay. All right, again, back to Aaron Donald here. And again, guys, it's just it's a simple answer, guys, without having to go into any, without even having to add a stunt to your game plan, without having to add a pressure. If you're able to just put your guy in a good matchup situation, you're already going to be better on third down because of it. Okay. So here the example is going to be, all right, well, what if their center sucks? Let's imagine 55 is their dude. Okay. So this is, again, you put your dude on their bum and you let him go win. Okay. Here, the dude is going to be 95, the right three technique, Dayton Jones. And again, let him go win. Here, it's going to be the left three technique, Gerald McCoy. And here is going to be number 93 with the dreads. And again, this is a bear variation with both linebackers walked up in the B gaps. And again, just allowing your guy to go win. Go let your dude win. Okay, here it's going to be the left end going against 68. And again, here it's going to be our right three technique. I think this is Stephon Tuitt, and then James Harrison is going to walk down late. He's also going to win. I wouldn't call Tyron Smith a bum though, but okay. So again, guys, it's just about trying to put your guys in good matchups. And here's kind of the look of the plug look. So again, they're in bear look here with the walked up DB and the coverage. Okay, we're gonna bring our linebacker because we know more than likely the running back's he's the guy that's responsible for him. We feel like Dante Hightower is a good matchup versus their running back. So again, we're gonna let our guy go win. Okay. So again, now we're kind of going to get into the two-man game portion of the presentation. So, and again, guys, before we go through this, guys, if you can scrap the rest of this presentation, guys, if you have a guy that can go get it and you use choice, you're already going to be better on third down, okay, without having to put anything else in, okay? So again, I highly encourage guys, if you have a guy that can go in and take advantage of personnel matchups, go put that in. Okay, next, so thumbs, okay, called thumbs. That's what we called it at San Diego State. Some guys call it TE stunt. I know it's called other things. But again, thumbs, guys, is one of the top stunts when watching all this film of NFL guys. This is one of the top stunts that they run. And basically for the penetrator here, it's kind of taught with about 2 to 3 different ways. The first way a lot of teams try to do it is they're going to just tell their guy, their coaching point for the 3 technique here is jet the B gap and just go win. It's not go pick the offensive tackle near shoulder. Okay, it's just go win in the B gap. Okay, because if you win in the B gap with a speed rush, this is going to turn into a natural twist. And you're naturally going to pick him, okay, without having to go try to clean him out. Okay. The second way is to try to go out and pick him. Okay. I'm not the biggest fan of that just because when you leave and try to expand, okay, out to the tackle, that's what the guard wants you to do because that makes his job easier to punch you across the tackle's face and therefore pass off the stunt. Okay. But that's another way to do it. The third way, okay, which is also the cheating way, is you could tell your guy to hold, and we'll see this from the Saints. Okay, you can tell your guy to hold the guard, okay, and that way he can't come off on the wrapping defensive end. Again, I don't suggest it, but offensive linemen hold all the time, so I figured I'd throw that in there. Okay, and then the coaching points for the end most commonly is it's going to be 2 to 3 steps up the field. Okay, sell rush to the offensive tackle, sell outside speed rush to the offensive tackle to really open it up for your 3 technique, and then wrap inside. Okay. So now we'll get to clips so you guys can kind of see this in action. Okay, so first off, it's going to be here with 90 and 98. Again, 90 is just going to go win in the B gap. So again, he's not trying to pick the offensive tackle. He's just trying to beat 74. Okay. Defensive end does a good job. It's about 3 to 4 steps up the field. Really gets the tackle to believe he's rushing outside with speed and comes back around, and they get both guys on the QB. Again, guys, the biggest key for any of these stunts to work is you got to make these guys believe you're just rushing them. They can't tell you, they can't be able to tell that you guys are running the stunt right from the snap of the ball, okay? You got to sell the rush, okay? Because as soon as they know the stunt's on, okay, the quicker that the stunt's going to be dead. So this is a great job by these 2 guys. Again, guys, I don't coach any of these guys. I wish I coached these guys. I'm not trying to claim success for these guys. I'm just trying to show you kind of what works. Again, here we're going to be watching Frank Clark, the left 3 technique, and then I believe it's Cliff Averill, the left 5. They're going to be running it. And so again, Frank's kind of going to where he's picking the tackle. So he's turning his shoulders away from the guard, trying to get skinny, eliminate that blocking surface so he doesn't get punched across. He's still able to win in the B gap, so they naturally pass it off. And again, they have to be able to win in the B because when they win in the B, now when this guy comes around, it's a 2-on-1 and this guy can't be right. Okay? So winning in the B gap for the 3 technique is the utmost importance. And Cliff does a good job coming around tight, getting the strip sack. It was the real deal. Here, it's going to be Chris Jones, I believe, and D Ford. And again, doesn't exactly win in the B gap, but holds the guard's attention long enough to where they can't pass it off. And D Ford does a good job wrapping tight. And that's the big thing too, guys, with coaching up the rapper. The rapper has to wrap as tight as possible and get vertical now. Okay? Don't let him drift. The longer he drifts, the more opportunity gives the guard to recover. Okay. Here, okay, is going to be 74 and 97. Again, 97 takes 2 big steps up the field. Again, we're getting a little bit of holding from 74. Again, they don't throw the flag, so it's not holding, right? But again, making it to where the guard can't come off. So 97 comes free for the sack. Okay, I don't know why I did that. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, here, this is going to be the cheating rep between 90 and 94. Again, I don't suggest that, but just showing you different ways of how they do it up there. But again, the kind of the big key I'll tell you is, again, 94 trying to sell rush up the field. Obviously, he false steps under himself, but they're still not able to pass it off. And again, able to come off for the 2-on-1 on the guard and get the sack. Okay, we're going to be watching the left 3 technique. This is the way that I like to teach it the most. What 91's doing here, again, 74 has no idea that they're running the stunt. He just thinks it's a speed rush and trying to block that. So again, he's not even focused on trying to punch it over. Cliff does a great job of selling speed rush up the field, 4 steps, gets the QB depth and comes around. Again, we're going to be watching 91 and 56. Again, 91 does a great job. Now, he does get punched across the tackle's face, which we don't like. But he threatens 73 with so much speed initially. He gets 73 turns, so there's no way he can recover on 56. And again, Averill 56 does a great job threatening up the field with speed and then coming down. Again, the rapper really has to sell rush. He can't just pitter patter off the line, because if he does, he's going to get the 3 technique kill. Okay, so next, okay, guys, is going to be the inside version of this, which at San Diego State we call toe. Okay, so it's going to be the same premise. The B-gap or the head up defender on the nose is going to go try to win in the A gap. And the 3 technique, again, is going to try to wrap. And guys, for me, the coaching points are still the same for the penetrator and the wrapper. Obviously, the wrapper is only going to get about 2 steps up the field and then try to come around. Okay, but everything else is still the same. You want this guy to go win in the gap. Okay, right now, don't try to pick this guy. Okay, just go win. And then you want this guy to sell outside speed rush first to really widen the gap for the penetrator and then wrap around tight. Again, it'll be these 2 guys. Again, 98 does a great job of getting to the edge of the center right now and getting vertical and winning in the A gap. Hightower does a great job selling speed outside first. Guard expands, really opens it up for Flowers, and then is able to wrap tight and get to the QB. Okay, this is another variation that you could do. Again, he doesn't have to be head up. You can just put him in the gap, kind of like the Seahawks will do here. 70, you can have the 3 technique wrap here right now, and it's going to end up working. If you do, it allows them to pass this off a little easier. I will still have this guy show speed for at least 1 to 2 steps and then wrap. But again, what do I know? Okay. So again, this is a great job by the penetrator 55 of winning immediately and not allowing the center to stay square or punch him across, therefore not being able to pass off the stunt. Again, it's going to be between 51 and 93 here to our left. Again, and I know it's not exactly lined up as a bear with this guy being inside shade of the guard, but right now, guys, it's bear. Okay. So, and again, now this is the pick technique, okay, by the penetrator. He's going and expanding out to the guard and forcibly picking him. Again, you could teach this too. I mean, either way works. It's all your preference. Calais Campbell, the 3 technique, does a great job showing speed first, occupying the guard, getting him to expand, open it up for the penetrator, and now you get the 2-on-1 that you want. QB's dead. Again, here we're going to get it with the nose and the 3 technique linebacker here. And again, He's not able to get in the gap the ideal way that you want, but center overextends. It's not able to get back for the wrapper, and you're able to come free. Yeah, I think 57 does a good job coming around, staying tight, and getting vertical.
Question, Coach. Do you care if your wrapper turns his hips when coming inside?
You'd like him to stay square, and I think with him staying square, it helps him be able to stay tighter as he wraps around. That being said, though, if the biggest thing is how tight they're going to stay coming around. If your kid can still stay tight coming around and turning his hips, it's not a problem to me. But that's a great question. Okay, we're going to watch it with 76 and 51. And again, this is kind of, excuse me. Apologize. This is going to be, and again, guys, this is kind of the variation you can get to with blitzing the linebacker over the center. We call this face at State. And again, you can have him blitz over the center and try to go pick the guard. But guys, this is kind of why I don't like that. Again, this is just my preference, because right now when you tell a guy to go kamikaze a dude, it allows the offensive lineman that's his responsibility to punch him out and expand. You're already expanding, and he's going to help you do that. You know what I mean? You're helping him do his job, kind of. Now, again, 68 gets so turned, he can't come back around. And again, the guy who kind of makes this work is the 3 technique wrapping around. Really gets the guard's attention, comes around, stays square, is able to wrap tight and get to Rivers. Okay. So again, that's kind of a variation with the backer walked up. You're going to see it again with the Texans here. And again, he's kind of jab stepping going to it. I would just go to it right now. But 51 does a great job of selling speed. And see how he gets 71 to react? Again, once you get them to open up like that, you really help the penetrator and really make it hard for the offensive line to pass it off. So really good job. Okay, so this is kind of the complement to the toe stunt. It's what we call text. So again, it's a way you've been getting your guy killing the center, speed rushing, or with the toe stunt. And now you're going to get him to sugar or fake rush into the gap, really get the center to widen, and you're going to open it up for the 3 technique that's now going to penetrate into the gap. And then your nose or your head up player is now going to wrap around him. Okay. So again, this is a great complement to the toe stunt. Again, we're going to see it with the nose, okay, and Hightower. So this is a great job by the nose. Really trying to sell rush in the opposite A gap, and Hightower really does a great job of coming in and picking the center. It's a really good job. Picks the center. Now you get the wrapper to come free. It's a great job. Again, going to get the same thing between Hightower now and Seymour in 93. I think it's Seymour. Okay. Again, Hightower selling speed rush in the A gap, gets the center to expand, opens it up for the 3 technique going. 3 technique does a great job of getting vertical and being violent in the A gap, really opens it up for Hightower and gets the sack. Sorry about that, guys. It's good between 96 and 94. 96 sells rush, A gap. 94 goes right now, which is what I would suggest with the 3 technique here, the penetrator, have him go right now. Does a great job once he gets in the A gap and picking the center, getting vertical, getting back to square and getting vertical. 96 does a great job wrapping tight, coming around for the QB. Yeah, I believe it's going to be with the left 3 technique in the nose. Yeah, three technique gets in there. Once he gets in the gap, gets square, gets vertical. Again, doesn't get the pick, so the nose doesn't come free, but the penetrator does a good job of getting vertical and getting the sack. Again, kind of a different way to look at it. You can run it with a walked up linebacker. So again, kind of in that creep look or in the strong or weak look. Again, Sue doesn't really sell the rush. Opposite, he kind of just gets the center's attention, and they pick the center, okay, with the penetrator here, and kills the screen, allows the time for Cam Wake to get there. Okay, three-man games. Okay, so guys, basically this is toe, but with three guys. So again, you're getting the same coaching points for both penetrators. Now the nose and the opposite three technique of the wrapper. Again, guys, go win in the A gap right now, okay, or the inside gap right now, okay. And then you'll see on the tape they're going to have the three techniques either try to sugar the guard for two steps and then come around, or they have him wrap right now. I think sometimes when the guys have him wrap right now, and I know we kind of ran this a little bit at a few places that we've done at, we've had the guys wrap right now just because it's a longer distance to go for that wrapper than with the toe stunt with the two-man game. But I believe either one works. And again, kind of do what fits your personnel. So again, 57 to 94 are going to penetrate cross face with Clowney wrapping around. And again, three-man games, guys, with this one in particular, are really hard to pass off. Because you got to get three guys now all working together to pass it off as opposed to just two. And it's really hard to do. If you'll see here with the wrapper too, you know, Jadavian kind of turns his hip as he's coming around and still able to get vertical and get square. So again, guys, the biggest thing is wrap tight and get vertical as soon as you get daylight. Yeah, here, same thing. Nose and three technique are going to be crossing face to the left. 55 shelling it up the field. Okay, allows both penetrators to get vertical in their gaps and climb the back of the offensive lineman, and you get pretty much everybody coming free. Yeah, guys, great stunt when executed well. Yeah, same thing. You got the walked up linebackers, okay, kind of in the creep look. You get Kalechi coming in. You get the nose also coming around. Okay, and the three technique does a great job wrapping tight. And again, guys, the penetrator is what makes it happen. Okay, Kalechi gets vertical and gets the sack. Again, here, kind of a coaching point that you can have with your three techniques here, especially the penetrator. You can have him tighten up his alignment some, okay, because he's already got to get in here, right? So you can tighten up his alignment as the penetrator to help eliminate kind of the chance or give him a better chance of not getting punched across. But again, they're not able to bump it back in time. The opposite three technique wraps tight and is able to get a sack. Again, want to show this variation too, guys. This is kind of out of that strong or overload look with the off backer in the B gap. And when I GA'd, we played Nebraska with Bo Pelini both years I was there. And this was a great pressure that they used against us. I kind of remembered it always from then. And it was a great way, guys, a great variation of that, of this stunt to run, okay, with the walked off backer. So again, both penetrators take up the three offensive linemen. Backer wraps tight, is allowed to come clean because they can't bump it. Again, another look at it with the walked off backer. Able to cross face Both penetrators get in their gap. The backer is allowed to come free. And this is probably my favorite clip of the clinic. Okay, another look of the same variation with the walked off backer. Again, they muddy up both the penetrators here. Okay, but they're not able to bump it off for the linebacker coming around. Again, he stays tight and is able to win. And again, we're going to see a very similar situation here. Just with the backer on the line of scrimmage now. Again, both penetrators are crossing face right now. Again, you want them going right now. Okay. Again, the 3 technique wrapper here does a great job of selling upfield rush and then coming around tight. Okay. And then here kind of is very much kind of the same principle as thumbs. It's just a 3-man thumbs. Okay. So now you have both inside penetrators penetrating the A and B gap inside, and then you have the 5 technique wrapping around. Again, key coaching points is you want the penetrators going right now, and then you can have the end wrap right now, which a lot of guys do just because, again, it's a little bit longer distance to go with clearing the second penetrator. Or again, you can have them cell rush 1 to 2 steps up the field max and then have them go around. Because, again, they got a little bit longer distance to go. And we should be seeing this on the left side, or excuse me, the right. So again, nose, 3 technique, penetrating. Again, it gets punched across the tackle space, which you don't like. But again, getting it bumped across for the lineman for 3 guys is really hard. So center's not allowed to come off. Backside guard, not really sure what he's doing. Okay. But wrapper does a good job. 1 step, coming around, getting vertical, getting the win. So the nose and the wrapper really made that play on that particular clip. Again, should be seeing it to our left. And again, guys, you can see the wrappers are going right now. And again, guys, this is why I would say, again, try to have your guys win in the gap at first and not expand. Because right now they got it all passed over, or they got it all bumped across. Okay. But 95 just overwhelms the guard and is still able to win. Okay. So again, that's why I put this on here. Get your guys to go vertical, don't expand. Okay. Because if they win in their gap as the penetrator, they're naturally going to pick the offensive lineman that they're trying to step to otherwise. Again, wrap. Okay. So, guys, this is kind of just the 3-man version of Tex. So, the 5 technique and the 3 technique are both going to slant inside or penetrate inside. And again, your head up player is not going to wrap outside, okay, for contain. And again, you guys, you want both penetrators going right now. And again, because the wrapper has such a long distance to go, he can either go right now or you can have him take 1 step away from the penetrators, then wrap. Okay, those would be the coaching points that I would have. Yeah, we should be seeing this, I believe, to our left. Again, you even got the 3 technique trying to sugar it a little bit before coming in. But they do a great job of getting into their gap, getting vertical, and not allowing these guys to bump it over. Look at when we see it to our right. Both penetrators are going right now. Waste the 3 linemen. The B gap penetrator does a good job, doesn't allow the tackle to come off till too late, getting the quarterback off his spot, forcing the scramble. Now you get the sack. So again, get your penetrators to go and win in the gap right now. All right, and now kind of to the pressure section. And guys, before go into this a little bit, do you guys have any questions or anything?
Yeah, if anybody has any questions, just drop it in the chat, guys.
Okay.
Nothing right now, Coach.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So the next thing, guys, is going to be talking about bringing pressure with the stunts. And one of the top ones I saw kind of while breaking all this stuff down is what we would, in our terminology, call Sam thumbs. Again, if you guys have better terminology, feel free, please. And so again, with the outside pressure, the biggest coaching point change would be for the 5 technique. With the outside rusher to you, you want to just wrap right now. Okay. Because again, it doesn't matter with you wrapping right now if that gets the tackle to sit on the penetrator here, because again, if he sits on the penetrator, then he can't get out to the Sam here or the outside pressure. Okay. I believe it's going to be to our right that we're going to see this. And again, we kind of got to get this illustration here. So again, 44 wraps right now, gets the tackle to immediately come back inside for the 3 technique, and now it leaves, okay, the nickel or outside blitzer coming free. So again, it's real crucial if you guys decide to add this, is get the 5 technique guy to wrap right now. And it's probably a better call to have away from the back than to the back. So again, same thing. Again, this is kind of the downside of running it with tight end protection still in there. But again, 3 technique, penetrates, he holds a little bit, don't suggest it, okay? But basically takes up the guard's attention enough to where the defensive end can come around free. And again, you got your play. Again, should see it from our left. So again, guys, 5 techniques wrapping right now. Tackle sits, leaves the outside blitzer free. Again, it's a great pressure, again, to a stunt that you already run if you run thumbs. Okay, so now, again, it's going to be the same thing. We bring outside pressure now just with the fork. Again, guys, with this guy wrapping right now and the tackle sitting on it, that's perfect because now he's stuck, right? He can either stay on the 3 technique or try to come out on the pressure. Okay, he decides to come off on the pressure, and now he gave up the sack. So again, you're putting the tackle in a bind, okay, to where he can't win because the guard's got to come off on the head up penetrator and the center's got to come off on the wrapper. All right, and again, we kind of showed this earlier in the clip with Hightower, but this is kind of just the A plug. We call this attack at state, and again, kind of the same clip. Again, just showing you want to be able to get the matchup that you want, and most of the time, you want whoever on the running back because usually that guy sucks in protection, unless he's Derrick Henry. Okay, so again, this is a great call if you got a linebacker that can rush and putting them in a good advantageous situation against the running back. Then we're gonna see with 48 coming. Again, 23 doesn't even get him. He's check releasing on 59. I don't know what 23 is doing. Okay, so again, when they leak out the running back, if you get a lot of teams that try to do scat protection, get him out a lot, this is a great answer for this too. If again they don't have an answer if he's not paying attention to his guy. And again, with the upfront guys going big on big protection, he's coming scot free. And again, this is kind of the B gap plug. So again, it's kind of what we saw a little bit with the thumbs action. Okay, just with pretty much going to be more likely a 6-man rush with the B gap, or excuse me, with the off linebacker wrapping into the B gap. So again, trying to get the same matchup here with the running back. Linebackers able to come tight, downhill, was aggressive. 33 really didn't want no parts. I think that was Denard. Denard was a quarterback in college, so I mean he may not have wanted all that with the 55 coming down. And this could be our last look at it. So again, same thing. You got the shade, cross and face into the other A gap. You got the 3 technique, cross and face into the A gap. Letting the linebacker wrap tight, getting the matchup that you want on the running back. And again, he's not going to be the guy responsible for getting the sack. But you see how that would have turned out if Clay wouldn't have got it. All right, now one more look. Again, see what 50 coming around. And guys, this is a great answer if you're versus this protection. So if you get like 4x1 half slide away from the running back, this is a way to get a 2-on-1 on the running back versus this. So again, this is a great 4x1 slide answer if you get it. Okay, and so guys, that's it. That's all I got for you. Again, I hope it provided you at least maybe with one tool that you'll be able to kind of bring back to your staff and to your kids, man, and it can help you for this upcoming season, guys. Really appreciate your time. It's been a blessing being able to talk to you guys.
Absolutely, Coach. And if anybody has any last-minute questions for Coach before we wrap the session up, please feel free to drop it in the chat. And while they're doing that, Coach, do you want to share whether, Twitter handle or email if they want to contact you after this?
Yeah. So my Twitter handle is Coach Lawson 99. Guys, feel free to hit me up on there. Again, I would love to help and be a resource to you if I can. Again, hopefully I don't make it worse. You know what I mean? But feel free to hit me up, man. Again, would love to help you. Again, I've been fortunate to be around really good coaches and guys who've been really helpful to me coming up since I've been in coaching. So if I can help you at all, guys, please feel free to reach out to me on there, and we'll get something going.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And once again, Coach, thank you so much for your time, man, and putting together a great presentation. It was definitely a ton of great information on there, some really good stuff that any defense can benefit from. A couple of guys that tweeted something about it as you were presenting. So, no, really good stuff. Really good stuff.
Awesome.
No, absolutely. Coaches, I appreciate all you guys, man, for tuning in. Once again, feel free to follow up these coaches, man, that take the time out to present. We got the time on our hands, man, so utilize it. Talk some ball, man, bounce some ideas off each other, and ultimately just continue to improve. I mean, we're all in this thing to continue to improve. Nobody has all the answers, but collectively, man, we're really pushing this thing forward. So shout out to everybody that's been a part.